Hey everyone, just a quick disclaimer here. I did actually have another UCAT vlog filmed before this, but I didn't actually go ahead and use it. And the reason being is because I had to stop the mock halfway through. This was down to a pretty bad day at the time. I was having quite a bit of anxiety and I was pretty burnt out as well, very tired. So I didn't end up using it. And I wanted to bring that up because I think it's very important not to give some sort of glorified highlight reel of my studying. I want to make it very clear that, the UCAT, just like any other exams, has a revision period that has loads of ups and downs. But yeah, with that being said, enjoy the video. Okay, so another day, another try. Let's see how things go today. I'm definitely a little bit more clear-headed today, in a better headspace, so let's see what happens. I think yesterday just wasn't the day to be doing a mock, to be honest. Even still, I should have tried to push through and complete it, but that just was not on the agenda yesterday. So we'll see what happens with today's mock. Fingers crossed it all goes okay, but whatever happens, happens, and we'll see what the outcome is. So first up, the next mock, starting with VR. Okay, so on the whole, that actually went pretty well. It felt pretty good anyway. I had a decent enough amount of time left. Not quite enough, I wasn't able to review all the questions, but I was able to review enough of them to actually at least go over the ones I was worried about. So on to DM next. Okay, so as normal for DM, that felt a bit of a mixed bag. Definitely not the worst one I've done though. That felt pretty balanced, which is nice. Some of the logical puzzles were a bit hard, as always, but nothing too horrific. So I completed it in good time too, which is awesome. I had a lot of leftover time, so I could really take my time on the logical puzzle questions, which is great, because that gives me a bit of confidence to keep going. So we've got QR coming up next, so fingers crossed that's not going to be too bad, but we'll see. 22 seconds to go, so let's get to QR. Ouch, that QR was very bad. I had to guess a lot of questions I really don't feel comfortable with guessing. Oddly enough, again, a lot of stuff just came up that has never come up in my practice runs on Medify before. It's really annoying because I dropped the least amount of marks for any practice run of any subject on Medify in QR. For some reason in the mocks it's just horrific, but other than that, yeah, it's just a really hard passage, so we'll see what AR brings now, so see you in a bit. Damn, that was stressful. Okay, so quite a few patterns came up that I wasn't familiar with, so that was pretty stressful, but it wasn't horrendous either, but it's definitely not my best performance in AR, that's for sure. We have got the last section coming up now, situational judgment, which is where things get a bit more chill, so looking forward to doing this, and then we will be done. So that is the SJT done. That didn't feel too bad. There was a few weird edge cases that I need to look up a little bit more, but on the whole, it's okay. Yeah, that's it now. Time to get the results. I'll probably get around the same as last time, if not a bit worse. So I reckon it's going to be between 550 and 600, but we'll see. Things were pretty up and down with this mock, so let's see what the results are. Okay, here goes nothing. End review. God, I'm anxious. These are the results. Yeah, as you can see, not too bad actually. This is a pretty big improvement on last time, so that's like 35 more. And it didn't feel like I did quite as well as the previous attempts, so that's amazing. VR came out fantastic. I'm absolutely thrilled about VR. Still not my best performance, but at the same time, that is way better than last time. DM, considering, yeah, pretty decent. QR, I'm amazed it came out that well. It should have been a hell of a lot worse than that. AR as well, I'm pretty surprised at. I thought it would be worse because there was, again, a lot of patterns I had to guess. SJT, definitely could have done better here, for sure. But it's 7 o'clock, I haven't had dinner and I'm starving, so I kind of just wanted to rush through that because it wasn't too important to me, because I usually do pretty well in SJT. Calculating that score out, that works out at around 635. Yeah, I'm thrilled. Really happy with today's result. So, conclusion then. So far, what I've learnt from taking the UCAT mocks is that the UCAT is definitely a test of endurance, and that is pretty obvious, everyone knows that. But I think the thing that it's pointed out to me is that it's designed to make you feel anxious, it's designed to stress you out and overwhelm you. And I think what I've learnt from it so far is that it kind of can make you think you're failing when actually you're doing okay. And I think that's very important to remember, which is why it's so important to keep an eye on your internal environment as you're taking the exam. You know, how are you feeling? Are you feeling a bit overwhelmed? Is there a question that you're on that's really stressing you out? If there is, chances are you probably need to flag and continue. I'm getting better at taking this exam. There are a lot of things I need to get better at, and there are a few things that I still need to figure out. Like, for instance, DM doesn't seem to be improving no matter what I do, which is annoying because in the practice section it feels completely fine, but in the mocks it's a completely different story. Now, there is obviously quite a lot to note here. Like, you know, in the mock you're having to do the questions back to back, whereas in practice questions you have as much time as you like to reflect on what you might have done wrong, and you can get instant feedback loops. With a mock this doesn't happen, so I suppose there's that element to it as well, along with the sustained stress as well. But, you know, hopefully I can figure that out with some time and get a better DM score, which will hopefully bring my score up a little bit higher, because I think the worst part of my mocks so far has been DM, and that's mostly what is dragging down my score. Not that it would be much higher if I had a higher DM score anyway, as my scores seem pretty balanced across the board otherwise, but nonetheless I think it's something I definitely need to improve on if I want to get a slightly higher score. So that's something I'm going to work on, and we'll just see what happens with that. But anyway, that's it for now. I do have a couple more UCAT vlogs coming. I want to make it clear though, I'm not going to do a video for every mock, and the reason behind this is that it's just really repetitive content. You know, it's just me starting off doing a section, talking about how badly I probably did in that section, and then rinse repeat. But yeah, that's it for now. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a like, and if you want to see more of my content, please subscribe, and I will see you soon.